2024. Woohoo! Woohoo! We're starting new. We're starting fresh. How are we going to do this? That's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, let's go. This is like our part two. Last week we did like a part one. We looked back on, 2023, how it went. And this episode we're going to be looking into the future now, into 2024. What are the intentions that we have for this new year,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So we're going to call this goal setting, right?
Okay.
But you can call it whatever you want. You can call it setting intentions, whatever word you want to put on it. I know that goal setting has a certain type of, connotation to it. Sometimes like people don't really
Yes.
understand what it is, but
Mhm.
our intention here is really to help give you direction, right? It's to help give you an idea, of what you want for yourself
Mhm.
and why you want it, and then how to get it. And
Right.
this could be in anything. This could be in your personal life. It could be with your relationships. It can be in your career. It can be in any other projects that you have going on, whatever it is. But we want to give you some sort of a framework that you can go on and base your goal setting off of so that you can set these intentions for yourself for this new year and just have an amazing year ultimately,
Right.
right? Um,
Because one of the things is so many people just allow life to happen to them
mm,
and don't really set intentions. There's things in life that you can't control. So why focus on those things you can't control? Focus on what you can control. And you can control a lot. And don't allow those outside forces to sway you and push you around. No, be intentional about what it is you want. What do you want? And this is a great thing to do maybe with your teenagers.
mhm.
You know, you've done it with your family. I think it's a great thing to do together.
Yeah.
But maybe you do it first and then present this to, hey, let's do this as a family. That might be a good thing to do too. Because even as teenagers, they don't have to go to the whims of what they can't control. They can set intentions as well.
Mhm.
And remember, it's not your intentions, it's theirs.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so that's why we're doing this, because no longer should we let the whims of the world dictate what happens to us. No,
Mhm.
we're going to be in control. So
Yeah. And
let's go forward.
yeah, and the first step is to know what we want, right? Know
Mhm.
what we want for ourselves. And that brings us into like the first question of the day. And that is like, what do we want to accomplish in this new year? Right?
Right.
And Susan, why don't you share some of the things that you want to accomplish in this new year?
Yeah. So, well, for us, we want to take Teen Talks to the world.
Hmm.
So one of our things is to be consistent and keep pushing, keep coming up with great topics that are going to really provide value to you, our listeners, and to the children that are in your home, and to create a bigger purpose of love and intention and lifting up all of the people that will listen to this. And so our intention, our goal for this year is to stay consistent, to stay on the path, to spread the word, get it out there as much as possible. And we would love your help if you could do that too
Hmm.
by subscribing and sharing.
Yeah.
Um, that's one of our intentions.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah, and also like, making the content better, bringing in guests, more guests on,
yeah,
including our teen specials, our monthly teen specials, and just adding all this content that's going to be better, more insightful, more impactful, and more valuable ultimately for all of our viewers and all of our listeners, and then ultimately just sharing that with more people, getting more visibility. I think that's, us being fully transparent with you
yeah.
all. That is what we intend to do this year. That's the code
Mhm.
that we want to crack. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that is what we want to accomplish, at least with this podcast. And for you all of you who are listening or watching, I mean, ask yourself that question. Take the time right now. You can pause this and just ask yourself, like, what are the things that you want to accomplish? And again, it could be work related, personal, relationships. It could be with your kids. It could be about how you want to show up as a person. what are those different things that you want to
Oh
accomplish
yeah,
this
so
year?
I did make another one too. Is
Mm-hmm.
I decided 2024 is the year that
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be more fun.
Ooh.
I'm going to be more fun. And
Yeah.
I'm going to do things that are outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to if my kids say, "Let's go do this, Mom," I'm not going to like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be more fun. I'm going to laugh more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to care as much about what anybody thinks. I'm just going to have more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, so literally just to piggyback off that, the first question that we kind of asked was like, what do you want to accomplish, right, this year?
Mhm.
Another question that you can ask, and we can also talk about this, is like, what are some of the moments that you want to create for yourself this year? And it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be something that, you're accomplishing something or you're achieving something per se, but maybe you just want to enjoy life more. Maybe you just want to, literally just spend more time with your family, or you want to spend more time outside, or you just want to create better moments for yourself. So maybe you want to travel, I don't know. What are some of those moments that you want to create? That's another question that you can ask just to kind of set those intentions and just write them
Yeah.
down, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So that being said, now we move on to phase two of this process. So we've
Right.
set the intention, we've identified kind of what we want for ourselves in this new year.
Yeah.
Now, Susan, you and I both know it's New Year's resolutions, everyone has them. Everyone has them. People talk about, one of the big things that always comes up is like, okay, I want to lose weight or I want to get healthier, right, for the new
Mhm.
year.
Yeah,
And
the big
we
one.
know,
That's why
like,
gyms do so well right now.
yeah,
All the
you
gyms
know,
are promoting. Oh, all the gyms are promoting
whoa.
right now, right? Oh my
What is
gosh.
going on? What is going on? Oh my goodness,
Yeah, all the gyms
technology.
are promoting right now. Everybody's New Year's resolution to lose weight and
Yeah,
get into shape. Yeah.
yeah.
And how
But
long does it last?
yeah,
Mhm.
unfortunately, statistically, by the time February comes along, like I don't know what the
The gyms are empty
percentage
again.
is, but yeah, no, but it's been like science, like they've done studies and that have
Hmm.
proven that the majority of people who set New Year's resolutions, they don't follow through after the month of February, which
Right.
is crazy. So it means that, people usually commit for about a month and then they let go. The question is
Yeah.
why? Why do they do that?
Hmm.
Well,
Because
funnily enough,
they don't know their why.
why? There we go. They don't know what their why is. Their reason for doing what they want to do is usually not strong enough. So Susan, why don't you just kind of elaborate on that? Kind of take us through the importance of having a strong why.
Yeah. So if let's say we'll go for the get in shape kind of thing, right? So I'm older, and so making sure that I am physically fit is really important because at this age, this is where people mostly start to go downhill. Well, my why is so strong because I hope I'm gonna be a grandma someday. And I want to be able to run around with my kids and I want to have fun with them. And I don't want any limitations on what I can do. So that is my why, to keep getting my butt out there and walking and, doing weights and things that are going to build me up and not let my body sink so that I can't do those things. That would be awful. So my why is so strong that I know I'm going to do it, because the opposite, if I don't, I won't be able to play with my grandkids. And
Yeah.
that is, to me, one of the most important things in the world to me
Mm-hmm.
when I have them.
Yeah. And that's why you want to have a very strong why, right?
Hmm.
If your reason to go to the gym was just to if you just said the reason why I want to go to the gym is to lose weight, unfortunately, the intentions are right. I understand that, but the why is not strong enough, and that just means that chances are you're not going to be able to follow through. But if you're able to tie that intention to something that is deeper, like your
Hmm.
health, like your life, like the lives of those around you, the quality of your life, the being able to show up for other people, to be there for other people for a long time, you can already see how much more powerful that is, right? And
Yeah.
then when you're like, midway through January and you're like, man, why am I doing this? Well, you have the
Oh,
answer.
yeah.
You
You
have the
have the
answer.
answer.
You can look
Yeah.
back and you can be like, well, this is exactly why. I need to go to the gym because I need to be there for my grandkids. I
Yep.
need to be in great health so that I can play with them, run around with them, pick them up, take care of them. Take care of them when maybe, I don't know, maybe when your kids are, need a bit of a break and they're like,
Yeah.
Mom, listen, I need you to take care
Yeah.
of, my kids. You're going to be like, well, yeah, I'm ready.
Of
Bring them,
course. Yeah.
you
Yep.
know? So
Hmm.
it becomes so much more powerful. And you want to develop a really strong why. So that's phase two.
So our why for Teen Talks, let's say. I mean, this is for us. We're not getting anything from this really, other than having a conversation and stuff. And it's work, but we're consistently doing it because our why is so strong. We want to change the world. We
Yeah.
want we want relationships in this world to be wonderful. We don't want our kids and parents to hurt anymore. We want them to have the power within themselves, to know they're loved, to be able to go after their dreams. That's why we're doing this, because we want the suffering to stop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I think you and I have both experienced the other side, whether
Mhm.
it's with the people around us or even ourselves, of what it feels like, to kind of go through that pain and not be able to know how to get out of it and to
Yeah,
struggle, and then to have all these tools now and a way of looking at things and to be able to share that with the world to help people, right? So
yeah,
that, you know, kids aren't hurting anymore. They're able to thrive and they're able to just live the lives that they want to live, and so that they can feel fulfilled, and so that parents can feel the same way too. So that parents can, be free and help themselves so that they can then go on and help their kids. I mean, it's so powerful,
it
right?
is.
It is so powerful. And yeah, that just, kind of summarizes our why when it comes to
Yeah,
Teen Talks. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so why is it hugely important?
Hmm.
Now what?
Now we have to do something about it. We
Ah,
have to we have to come up with a plan, or at least we have to understand what the next step is, right? We know we have the direction now. We know we've written it down. We know what we want for ourselves. We have our intention. We know why we want to do that thing. Now we have to answer the question of how, right?
hmm, yeah,
And sometimes our intention is very big, right? Maybe we have a really big dream that we want to accomplish, and what we need to do is we have to break it down. Like we have to break it down and come up with some sort of a plan. And one thing that, I think Susan and I both agree with, and we like to share this quite often, is to, it's like the game of inches,
yeah,
step by step, right?
hmm,
What is that next step that you can take? Right?
yeah,
And I remember watching something today. I don't know who exactly it was, but they said like when, oh, I think I know. So it was Paul McKenna on a Mind Valley course, and
okay,
this was about building self-confidence. And he was talking about goal setting. And he said that you want your next step to be actionable immediately. So you want to be able to do it immediately within the next 24 hours,
mm,
right? So we're talking about like micro progress, right?
yeah,
What is the next thing that you can do? So for example, when it comes to, losing weight, let's say, well, the next thing that you can do in the next 24 hours is getting your gym membership.
hmm,
That's your next step if you don't have one already, right? Or
yeah,
it could be coming up with like a meal plan, right? Meal prep or something like that. Or it could be coming up with a training plan for the week. Or it could
hmm,
be getting a personal trainer. Or it could be any of those things.
yeah,
But
but making a move.
making a move, exactly. So, Susan, why don't you kind of share maybe something, for us when it comes to Teen Talks, or even something for you? Like, what is something that, you are thinking about doing immediately, very, very soon, that is going to help you take you a step towards what you want for yourself in this new year?
Okay, well, really important to me is my business, Firefly Quest. And so uh my first course I'm working on now, and I am working on it every day, so that every day especially when we start the new year, I'm
Yeah.
kind of taking a little break now, but
Mhm.
every day. And I have a plan of when I want it to be completed so that I can get it out to the world so that I can start to help kids become better and love
Yeah.
themselves, become the entrepreneur of themselves. And so I am making the steps to get the course completed, and then I'll record it, all these other things. I have a plan. I have a deadline of when I want it out, and then a plan to market it. So, those are steps to get me where I need to go in my business.
Yeah.
We have some things like for staying in shape, I make it a plan that I walk so many times a day, so many times a week, and I try to really stick to it. I create the meals that I know are going to be good for me. Like I do, smoothies every other day. I eat certain things that I know are going to be, I meal plan for dinners for my husband because I have to make stuff for him to be better. So, that kind of stuff, because I know it takes all of these things for me to be strong and fit so that I can lift my grandbaby someday.
There we go.
So,
That's so powerful.
yeah.
Awesome. So there we go. Step by step, right? Come up with
Mhm.
that plan, right? That strategy, whatever you want to call it. But what is that next step? And just focus on that. Because then once you do that, then you can focus on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then before you know it, January's gone by, February's gone by. You're all the way in June and you've made 6 months worth of progress instead of just having a New Year's resolution that's going to fade away within a month, right? You've made 6 months of progress. And that's just
I
because you changed two things. Yes, Susan?
Now that makes me think too is don't forget to celebrate those things.
Mm-hmm.
When you make that little tiny baby step or whatever it is, you made the move, celebrate it and say, yeah, I freaking did that.
Yeah.
I stuck to my plan. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
this, because if we don't celebrate even the baby wins in some way, they don't feel like, oh, it's drudgery. No, it's like, no, you've done it.
Yeah.
You did it yesterday, and now you're going to do it tomorrow, and you're going to, so
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah. I have an interesting way of framing what goal setting is because
Okay.
there are a bunch of frameworks out there like, SMART goals and everything where, they want the goals to be, measurable and achievable and realistic and all of that stuff, right?
Right.
What we shared with you today, this is not a way to give you guaranteed success. This is not a path towards guaranteed success. However, it is a path towards guaranteed progress. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that that is way more important, right?
Yeah.
Because it's growth, it's evolution,
Right.
it's becoming better, right? It's not result based. It's not like becoming something or doing something. No, it's about growing. It's about getting
Yeah.
better every single day. It's about making progress, even if it's 1% every single day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's powerful. That is
And
really
actually,
powerful.
I've heard this many times of, we have to enjoy the journey,
Mm-hmm.
because you hear so many people that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to make $250,000 by this time. And then they get there and they're like, oh, now I got to make more. It's not enough. Right.
Yeah.
But enjoy the journey to getting to that goal or whatever it is, because it's in the journey where life is.
Yeah.
Life is in the journey. And so if we don't enjoy the journey, celebrate our progress, then we're missing
Yeah.
what's important in life.
Yeah. And
So
that's why it's important to live in the present, right? To just be here in the present moment, not
I'm
constantly
doing
get
right
caught
now,
up. Mm-hmm.
I am reading a book that I'm totally fascinated with. It's The Power of Now by Eckhart
Mm.
Tolle. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name correctly. And I'm blown away by this book about enlightenment and being in the now. And it's fascinating how much, yes, it's good to focus on the past, but only as how much progress you made.
Yeah.
And yes, it's good to focus on the future because you want a place to go, but being in the now is life.
Yeah.
being in the now is life. And if you're not present and enjoying the now, you're
Then
missing out on life.
then you're not living.
Yeah. And yes, there's pain sometimes in the now, but it's not you. You can still look at what's good about it. Gratitude again,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, there we
this
go.
stuff just kind of flows out, doesn't it?
Yeah. There we go. So look, all that we wish for you is that you have an incredible year, filled with
Mm.
happiness, filled with joy, filled with fulfillment, whether that's for you, for your kids, for your families, for everyone around you, your loved ones,
Connection, relationship, and what?
love.
I don't have the power. And
Oh, let me
what?
do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. I got you. Yeah, but we really appreciate you all, and we wish you all the very, very best, and that we hope that we can be a part of your journey this year. We hope
Yeah.
that this podcast is going to help you every week, give you a boost, help you
Yeah.
with, any problems or challenges that you might be facing. We just want to be there for you. We want to help you along the way so that your lives can be better and so that we can just make a difference in some way, shape, or form to you and to everyone else. So, yeah,
I
wishing
have
you
one
the
more thing I
best.
want to say as we
Yeah.
go off
Mm-hmm.
is we believe in you. If you're here listening to us, that means you have a heart for wanting to be a better parent, for wanting to help your teenagers or your whatever age your children are. That means that you're already on the way
Yeah.
to growth. And we believe in you. You're you're doing the best that you can, and that's all you can ask for, right? The best that
Yeah.
you can. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Well,
all right.
we love you. Wait for it. There we go. Happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is, and Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year. We're
All
going to
right.
kill it this year. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
24.
Ooh. Ooh. All right. Well, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share this with whoever you want, whoever could
Please.
benefit from this.
Yes, for sure.
And we'll see you next week for
Mhm.
another episode of Teen Talks. Let's go. Bye. Oops.